My name is Amusa Emmanuel Enitan, Africa's fastest rising public speaker, strategist, motivational speaker, thought leader, mentor, leadership coach, and podcaster. So dear beautiful people, I welcome you all to another exciting episode of Leadership When It Matters the Most, the Independence Day special edition, and at the same time the October 1st special edition, which I titled The Journey So Far. I repeat, the journey so far. So dear beautiful people, one of the vital qualities a leader should possess is the ability to overcome and at the same time oversee good governance. Even in this microcosm, and obviously in various corporate organizations where everybody needs to work as a team and target similar goals, but leaders are actually entrusted with a task to rule, govern, control, and oversee how the system works and how people and their followers or probably subordinates have been able to adapt to the corresponding situation as it is. You see, good governance can take place anywhere, and obviously it is present everywhere. You can actually experience good governance in your family, in your marriage, relationship, business, career, job, personal life, and even the society at large. You see, bringing a leader worthy of emulation to oversee a good government isn't the problem, but getting into powerful positions without the application of intelligence is the difficulty here. You see, we will be taking away a very good case study of the societal problems ranging from political struggles and tussles, leadership tussles, and instability, and lastly, general mindset and approach to power and position, especially on this podcast today. Dear beautiful people, you see, in the corporate world, or let me say in the corporate organizations, goals can be achieved through good leadership and governance. But in most cases, good governance often comes to a mind in the political sense. Sometimes we relate good governance to the political world, or probably the political society at large and perspective. Dear beautiful people, how do these affect our lives generally? You see, Nigeria's political scenes, events, and theories will be used as a case study on this episode today. An average Nigerian believes that politics is a dirty game, and likewise a do-or-die affair. This perception and thinking domain has ruined our sense of approach to democracy, good governance, and as well as destroying our national image on the outside world. Nobody is perfect indeed, but at least we can convince people how often we move close to perfection virtually every day of our life. You see, leadership is a mental challenge that comes with drive, attitude, and confidence. And that is why leaders are powerful individuals, because they occupy a position that commands respect and adoration. But remember, we live in a world that respects power above all things. But only the power intelligently directed leads to freedom. I repeat, we live in a world that respects power above all things. But only the power intelligently directed leads to freedom. You see, people often get into powerful positions and they begin to create terror and instill fear. Then you have to realize that intelligence is a vital weapon that helps you oversee, control, and maneuver the use of power and authority, as the case may be. No wonder Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers that has ever lived, once said, and I quote, "Man is an economical animal." He went further by saying, "Man is a social animal." And at the same time, he went further by saying, "Man is a philosophical animal." And lastly, he said, "Man is a political animal." Dear beautiful people, for a philosopher of great intellectual genius, accorded with various universal recognition, to put forward the above theories that describes man, in one word, it means that man is an unresolved mystery indeed. Obviously, man has a political, economical, social, and philosophical drive to respond to his immediate environment. Dear beautiful people, you see, intelligently directed power gives freedom. I repeat, intelligently directed power gives freedom. We have to realize that even in the world we live in today, political power is the most sought after position in the world. So irrespective of any systems of government in which we may find ourselves, ranging from the military system of government down to the federal, or probably the presidential system of government, the monarchy, the parliamentary, the aristocracy, or probably the totalitarian system of government. Good leadership style worthy of emulation can still be achieved. But let us get this at the back of our mind, that if politics is a dirty game, then I can bet you that growth will be a clean joke. I repeat, if politics is a dirty game, then I bet you growth will be a clean joke. Nigeria is fondly called the giant of Africa, and yet we are still lacking the basic qualities to take the lead position, even in the African continent it is. Now, this is the 60 years of this journey so far as a nation, yet the political structure is very, very bad. The electoral system is faulty. Lack of social security. Poverty is so obvious on the street of the nation. The country prides itself carrying over-labored masses who are not at the whims of the overfavored few. Since 1960, political leadership has continued to revolve around the so-called political class, whose bills are covered by a large percentage of Nigeria's annual budget, not to even mention the corruption at all levels of economic facet yet. Now we hear of a rebrand Nigeria project. So the question I'll be putting here to my dear beautiful people and listeners right now is, why rebrand a company when its services are below par? Dear beautiful people, then why repackage your product when its content is faulty? Now these are the questions that I will actually want you to consolidate your strength and at the same time strengthen your weakness, but trying to ruminate on these questions as far as it is. Imagine good people carrying firearms, blowing up oil wells, abducting foreign expatriates and wealthy indigenes for ransom fee. Unemployment on the rise, no security for lives and properties, religious and ethnic wars, extremists and freedom of information bills they refuse to pass. No electoral reforms, constituency development fee they digress into the account, inflation's battles with the economy, government project fees are inflated more than normal. Young men sit in front of the computer all day looking for the next white person, to pay dollars. Even our great nation don't have constant power supply. And believe me, even on our Independence Day today, there's no power supply. Dear beautiful people, you see the court system is trying, but it's still slow. People rig their way confidently into offices, knowing that even if the election tribunal asks them to go home, they will go to the Supreme Court or probably the Court of Appeal, and in the process, they tactically buy time. Imagine someone removed from office after 3 years of a 4-year tenure. What is left? Dear beautiful people, the problem is not the container, but the content. The problem is not the system, it's the people. You see, we need attitudinal change. It is what we need, not the branding. It would make no sense carrying shoulders all over the place, telling people you can fly yet you've got no wings. You see, when people or probably somebody fools you or deceives you, you're not a fool. You just simply took advantage of your trust. But whoever deceives himself is a great fool. Obama refused to come to Nigeria. We murmured, we nursed bitterness because we felt we were better than Obama. Meanwhile, Clinton came and told us the bitter truth. It became too harsh to the ears of our political leaders, and in fact, so many people argued that our statement was not a time picture of a nation. It just emerged. Even newborn babies know that policemen collect 20 naira on highways, let alone the international world. Dear beautiful people, there's so much to say about the statement, or probably the state of the nation right now. But I have a dream. I have a positive one, to be precise. The poor political and social and at the same time economic and financial structure of the nation has left so many innocent Nigerians in a hopeless and devastating situation, as the case may be. And that's why the ones in the upper trophic level of the society, through public embezzlement and wealth being amassed, the gap between the rich and the poor can't be bridged. Because the rich are getting more richer every day and the poor ones are getting more poorer as every day goes by. But I have a dream that one day the situations of things are going to change for the better with maximum assurance. I have a dream that one day the eyes of our people will open to the truth and we will fight to sustain the dying nation. I have a dream that one day we will no longer for hours hungrily searching for beds in our hospitals as we watch our loved one die in our arms in a hopeless situation. I have a dream that one day our young men would never have to think of pipeline vandalization, internet fraud, or virtually other social vices as the government have them in its plans. I have a dream that one day Nigerians will be regarded and treated as first-class citizens anywhere in the world. I have a dream that one day we would never have to queue up for what we have in excess, and government would never have to tell us that they subsidize and import what we sell to others. I have a dream that one day Nigeria would be able to save a huge chunk of their budget, which necessarily or probably ordinarily would have gone into fuel and various, unaccorded expenses. I have a dream that Nigeria economy would be viable and inviolable. I have a dream that one day Nigerians on the street would take responsibility for himself and for his country. I have a dream that societal values shall be restored, as our ladies would no longer be harlots and prostitutes, and at the same time our men would no longer be slaves and fraudsters. Dear beautiful people, I see a new Nigeria. Dear beautiful people, I see hope, and at the same time hope hasn't forsaken this country. So once again, my name is Amusa Emmanuel Enitan, and I want to say a very big thank you for joining me on this wonderful episode of this podcast. Once again, I say happy independence. Long live Nigeria, and long live the beautiful citizens as well. God bless you, and do have a wonderful day. Goodbye.